Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from General Electric, now operating as GE Aerospace. It's their annual shareholder meeting results, so buckle up because we're about to find out who got voted in, what got shot down. Let's just say some executive paychecks might raise an eyebrow or two. If you enjoy cutting through the corporate jargon, make sure you're subscribed and join our Discord community, linked in the description. Let's get started. First off, the shareholder meeting happened on May 6, 2025. At this meeting, shareholders, the people who own stocks in the company, made some important decisions by voting. They voted on who should be on the board of directors, how the top executives should be paid, and who should be the company's independent auditor, the people who check their financial records. There was also a vote on a shareholder proposal, a suggestion from one of the owners regarding severance payments, money paid when someone leaves the company. Let's talk about who's running the show. The shareholders voted to elect all the people nominated or suggested by the company to be on the board of directors. These are the people who make the big decisions for GE Aerospace. The people elected were Stephen Angel, Sebastian Bazin, Margaret Bilson, H. Lawrence Culp Jr., Thomas Enders, Edward Garden, Isabella Gorin, Thomas Horton, Catherine Lesgak, and Darren McGeough. It's worth noting that while all directors were elected, the number of votes against Catherine Lesgak was significantly higher than others, with over 51 million votes against her. This could signal some level of shareholder concern about her appointment. It's always something to keep an eye on. And now here's a quick look at the votes for each director. I'm going to point out a couple of interesting numbers. Stephen Angel got 744 million votes for and about 62 million against. Compare that to Margaret Bilson, who got way more for votes, a whopping 804 million, but only about 2 million against. It's also worth noting that over 100 million shares didn't vote on the director elections. These are called broker non-votes and happen when brokers who hold shares for their clients don't get instructions on how to vote those shares. Next up, the shareholders voted on some proposals or ideas put forward by the company's management, the people who run the company day to day. One of the most interesting votes was on executive compensation. This is an advisory vote, meaning the company doesn't have to do what the shareholders say, but it's a good way to see if the owners are happy with how much the top executives are getting paid. In this case, about 570 million people voted for the compensation plan, but a surprisingly high 234 paid, and maybe they think they should not be paid so much. 500 votes cast oppose the pay plan. That's not a great look for management. This means shareholders want to see how the executives are paid, and maybe they think they should not be paid so much. The shareholders also voted to approve Deloitte and Touche as the company's independent auditor, the people who check the company's financial books to make sure everything is accurate. Over 9113 million voted in favour, with only about 2 million against, so it was mostly approved. Finally, there was a shareholder proposal, an idea suggested by one of the company's owners, asking for a vote on severance payments. This means that the shareholders wanted to have a say in how much money executives get when they leave the company. However, this proposal didn't pass. Only about 41 million voted for it, while a huge 762 million voted against. So most of the shareholders didn't want to vote on executive severance. Looking at this more broadly, what does it all mean? Well, it shows that while shareholders generally support the company's direction, there's definitely some concern about executive pay. The fact that so many people voted against the compensation plan is a signal that they think the top executives are getting paid too much, and this could lead to changes in the future if shareholders keep pushing for it. Ultimately, GE Aerospace seems to be in a pretty stable position. They've got their leadership in place and the shareholders trust their financial auditors. However, the big red flag is that executive compensation vote. It shows that there's a growing disconnect between management and owners on that issue. So there you have it, the highlights from GE Aerospace's annual shareholder meeting. It's a mix of approval and some definite warning signs about executive compensation. What do you think about all of this? Are executives overpaid? Should shareholders have more say in these decisions? Let me know in the comments below if you found this breakdown helpful. Give us a like and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching.